Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and it's now my pleasure to be joined by First Lieutenant Blake Tabor of the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office. Thank you very much for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, as my understanding, a local organization made a great donation to help with some of the victims. Can you tell us a little bit about
Sure, absolutely. So I was made aware that on Monday there was a special group of ladies that appeared at our Special Victims Unit office. They had a very special donation in the form of stuffed animals and children's books. You see them photographed here. They go by the Gamma chapter of the Kappa Kappa Iota, and they are a national professional organization for educators with a strong commitment to service and philanthropy. This was extremely beneficial for our Special Victims Unit. As most people can imagine, we deal with a wide range of victims, and this can be extremely traumatic anytime they're involved in these types of investigations. Sure. So it's extremely special and comforting to know that they will have some nice stuffed animals and children's books. You know, we talk about this all the time about the resiliency of children, and, you know, despite the fact that they've been victims, something meaningful like this can just change their day. And I think it was an extremely thoughtful donation on the part of these special group of ladies, and we hope to do some work with them in the future.
Yeah, certainly seems great. You know, that those children, you know, are in a difficult time when they come in there, but, you know, anything that can help open them up, you know, take their mind off and feel a little bit comfort, you know, with them helps and goes a long way.
And it's comforting to know that, you know, you have a group of ladies like this that are thinking outside of the box, if you will, you know, and they're thinking about the benefits of doing what they do and how they can help the community. You know, it's one thing to bring snacks or bring food to people that are less fortunate, but for them to put the amount of thought into, you know, stuffed animals and children's books specifically for victims of child crimes, it's pretty remarkable.
I certainly would like to commend them very much for what they did.
Absolutely.
Now, moving on in regarding crisis negotiation team that I believe you head up, can you tell us, y'all have an announcement about our new member?
We do. So most people may or may not realize that I'm the team leader for our crisis negotiation division, and we're currently comprised of about 3 people, myself and 2 other personnel who are fantastic at what they do. We began to understand that there may be some new interest in this particular field, and we have a lot of new employees. So we opened up an advertisement within our agency, and we had quite a few entries that came through and showed some interest in that. So we'll talk about one in particular. Her name is Senior Deputy Leanne Bageron. You see her photographed here. She currently serves as a school resource officer in the SRO division. Senior Bageron is an 8-year veteran of the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, and she got her start in corrections for about 1.5 years before being transferred to patrol. Towards the end of that 5.5-year patrol stint, she began starting the process to be a certified SRO. Shortly thereafter, she decided to leave the sheriff's office. She wanted to explore some other career interests at that point, and ultimately 10 years later she returned whenever we were doing a hiring spree for SROs, and of course she was certified in that. So she obviously came in, we offered her a position in that particular field, and now she's progressed to becoming a crisis negotiator. I want to talk a little bit about that. The class that she went through was a 40-hour course that's through the Louisiana Association for Crisis Negotiators. It's an extremely rigorous training for those people who don't understand what it is that crisis negotiators do. This is a job that you have to think very quickly on your feet, and you have to obviously show a high level of compassion. And she certainly personifies that, and we are super excited to have her as a part of this unit.
Yeah, definitely a position that takes a lot of composure. You got to think on your feet quickly like
Absolutely.
that. And all that training certainly helps, and I'd like to commend her as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, another thing that's going on, I know they had some recent laws with concealed carry and constitutional carry, and I believe that there's a class going on, maybe full, but I know you'd like to explain a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So we were approached about our interest in hosting a a constitutional carry and self-defense workshop. And that's going to be held at our rifle range on August 25th of this year from 6 p.m. to 7:45. Now, that class is currently full, so for those people who are interested in maybe registering for that, they may have kind of missed the window on that. But again, if we can show some pretty serious interest in this topic, there may be some opportunities for some classes in the future as well. So the premise behind this, as most people may know or may not know, some laws pertaining to constitutional carry are going to be changing in the state of Louisiana come July 1st. So this class will specifically target those. They're going to obviously talk about Louisiana-specific gun laws as it pertains to constitutional carry and the fact that we are a constitutional carry state. We're also going to discuss understanding reasonable use of force to when to fight and when not to fight. There are also 4 criteria that must be present to truly legally justify the use of deadly force, and that is going to be a topic that is going to be discussed in great detail. You know, one of the things we always talk about when we talk to senior citizens or people that want to educate themselves is they always want to know when are they justified in using force within their home or within their car. And of course, we do a great job educating those on topics, but we can't predict every set of circumstances, right? So there's a set of hard, fast rules that have to be established when it comes to that. And this is the class that's going to give them that education. So, you know, keep an eye on our website for future classes, and we hope that we can get that training out to people.
All righty. Well, thank you for coming on and letting the public know about everything.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.